And welcome again to Jen's Diary. I'm Jennifer Denise, and everyone calls me Jen. And I'm so happy that you're joining me again for another video on some luxury finds that I've had some regrets on. So there's a couple things that I've purchased over time that I'm just over for whatever reason. So stick around and let's talk about it. So the first item on my list is the Louis Vuitton Monogram bum bag. I purchased this bag by accident, actually. I had on my list for a long period of time the my favorite, and it had just been sold out everywhere. I had been going to locations here in the Bay Area, as well as whenever I would go to Atlanta for work or just go anywhere out of state, I would go directly to Louis Vuitton to see if they happened to have one in stock, and I never could find it. And so during a vacation trip for my birthday, I went to Hawaii, to Maui, and I was just in the Louis Vuitton store again looking for my favorite because I know someone who had just recently gone a couple months prior to Hawaii, and their wife was able to find my favorite. So I was like, hopefully they have another one, I'll be fine. Well, they didn't have one, but the salesperson was a great salesperson because they saw me eyeing the bum bag and was like, oh, would you like me to pull this out? This would be great, blah, blah, blah. And I bought it. The nice thing is that I knew, because I had already been looking at the bum bag here in the US, and I knew around what the price was in the Bay Area, but there's no taxes in Hawaii. And I think a lot of people don't realize that or don't think about it or just weren't aware. And so it was a huge discount in Hawaii. So I was thinking, I can't get my favorite, so I may as well just get this bum bag. So I purchased it at a super discount and came back with that, as well as some other small item from Louis Vuitton. Well, after a couple months, I realized I hadn't even pulled it out the box. And I wore it like once or twice. Like I wore it to have brunch with a girlfriend during the holidays. Was it the ideal piece to wear with what I had on? Probably not, but I was like, it's been months and I haven't worn it, so this is just a time to wear it. Wore it that one time, and then the second time I wore it was at a 90s themed birthday party. So it was all about, pagers and fanny packs and, neon colors in the 90s. And so I was like, surely I need to wear this bum bag. So I wore that because my look was, I was supposed to be poetic justice. I was doing the Janet Jackson vibe. So I had on my bum bag. But that's really the extent of how much I will wear this bum bag. So I just realized I'm not a bum bag girl. So it was time for me to get rid of it. So I sold it, and girl, I made a profit because again, I paid in Hawaii where there are no taxes, and now the bum bag is discontinued. So I got, I think, $2,500 for the bum bag, and I only paid in Hawaii, I think $1,400 or something like that. So definitely made a profit, and I am not regretting getting rid of the bum bag. Next on my list is going to be another Louis Vuitton item, and this is the Monogram Golden Arrow kind of bowling little bag. This bag I thought was so cute. I was so excited to get this bag. I like to have things that you don't see a lot of people wearing, and I just thought I can really work this bag. It would be a nice piece really for any occasion. I can wear it to work. I can wear it traveling. I can wear it just on a brunch date or whatever. Wrong. This bag does not come with a shoulder strap. And it does not have the loops to purchase and add a shoulder strap. So I made the mistake when I first got this bag of taking it to travel. And I had a couple layovers because of the weather. So I was going to New York from the Bay Area for work, and there was just some storms going on. So I had to stop in Cincinnati, I believe, and stay there overnight. And all the flights out were super booked for whatever reason. So it was a lot of back and forth and just like things I didn't plan for, having to stay overnight in Cincinnati and just a bunch of just a lot. And I had this bag that you had to wear kind of like draped on your arm or like just holding it, like it had the little top handles. But I also had a carry-on with me. And I had my luggage that was checked in. So as I'm walking around with this Louis Vuitton bag and my carry-on that was like a duffel carry-on, it didn't have like, I couldn't roll it or like throw it over my shoulder. It was a pain to like deal with both of these pieces. And like, I'm trying to like find a place to have lunch or grab, you know, some tea or whatever, and just kind of navigate throughout this large airport. And of course, you know, Atlanta's airport is huge. I had a layover there. Cincinnati was huge. Going to JFK is huge. So it was just two pieces that were heavy because of, you know, just what I packed in them. It was just a nightmare. So I was over this bag. I mean, I was walking the airport and I was like, I cannot wait to get home. I have to sell this bag because it's just not practical for like, it's cool again if you're just going on a date night, but it is not good if you're traveling. And that is what I was hoping this bag would be really used for because I travel a lot. It also was an issue in trying to kind of put it under the front seat when you're traveling. I didn't want to sit it above me because by the time I boarded, there was no space in my area and I didn't want my bag to be back somewhere else by someone else. I wanted it to be with me, and trying to shove it like under that seat in front of you is just not the business. And I don't want my purse on the floor anyway. So I'm a little annoyed with airlines that we need to do that anyway. But I certainly didn't want to have to put it overhead somewhere behind me because there was no space when I boarded, because I was late boarding because of all the travel issues. So anyway, I was over this bag mainly because I could not add a shoulder strap. And so it became apparent to me, especially because there's one other item that we'll get to next. I had just gotten rid of my large damier Louis Vuitton tote. So I had been using that to travel. My intention was to make it a travel bag, but it was also becoming my everyday bag. And because it was the larger size, I felt that I was always cramming it in with me somewhere. If I'm getting in and out of my car, I'm cramming it in, and it's, you know, trying to just get it in the car with me. It was just like, it felt like it was too big, and I'm definitely a large bag girl. But I just felt like, you know what, I'm over this tote. It's been great for travel. I was fine with kind of putting it underneath the seat in front of me, you know, as I travel. But I just felt like it was too big, which is crazy coming from me because, again, I like a large bag. But having had the experience with this Monogram Golden Arrow Louis Vuitton bag, I started to miss my tote. And I was like, why didn't I just keep the tote? And so I have a bit of a regret with the tote bag, selling that one, because I probably should have kept that one as my travel bag rather than everyday bag. Or I should probably get a medium. So I'm really considering getting a medium tote, which could be like my everyday bag. And then I probably will either just try that out to travel, or I may get the larger one again to be my travel bag, because I do kind of miss it now, because you can easily throw it over your shoulder and go about your life and do what you need to do. I would just add a side note too, with traveling with these bags, I have decided I am not a carry-on person. I do not want to have to carry anything. And that it doesn't even matter to me if it has like the little roller wheels, because I was in the process of purchasing a Louis Vuitton duffel in the 45, because I thought it was big enough to throw some carry-on things in, but not too big to be annoying and like cumbersome. But I honestly think I'm just over it. The only thing I want to carry when I'm traveling is my purse, like whatever that is, whatever size, style the purse is. I just want it over my shoulder and that's it. I don't have to worry about putting anything overhead, it being a problem in addition to my normal purse or the bags that I check in. So I'm on the hunt for that kind of multi-purpose bag that I can also travel with, but it must have a shoulder strap because if it doesn't, it just needs to be checked in. All right, so we're moving on. No, we're not moving on from Louis Vuitton. There's one other Louis Vuitton piece that I was kind of over and decided to just get rid of. And that is the Monogram Louis Vuitton 25 or 30 millimeter belt. This belt is too small for me. It does fit in your belt loops, like your standard belt loops, but I just felt that it just wasn't giving what it needs to give. So for my belts, I like for them to kind of be multi-purpose where I can wear them with my pants if I want to put them through the loops, or I can also wear them like over a dress or a sweater, whatever. With this belt, I just felt like it was too small. Like it just wasn't giving what it needed to give. So I felt like whenever I was wearing this belt, it was like a time when I was like, I didn't even really need to wear a belt. I could have just wore this without a belt because it's just too small for me. So I'm planning to get the next size up. I think I wanted to get the 40 millimeter because I just like bigger belts and it just was not doing it for me. So that belt I definitely was over and only wore it like, if I only wear you like a handful of times, it's not worth it. So that I am not mad at that, just getting rid of it. That decision was needed. Next on my list is Chanel. So I had a very cute Chanel pearl. It was a Chanel pearl brooch. I was so excited about this brooch because I was like, you know what? The pearls are just giving it to me. I am a person who I do like pearls for certain occasions, and I do go to events that I feel pearls are sometimes a nice touch and are necessary for my looks. This brooch though was just not it. It was too small. It was much smaller than I was anticipating. And so I just felt like I just need a bigger size. So in most things, like in my bags, in my belts, in my brooches, and you all know I'm a brooch girl now, I just like them big. I like them to like give what they're supposed to give, to make their statement on their own. I feel like if you are too tiny in whatever area you are, then it's like, why? I may as well not have even worn this. So it just wasn't giving what I needed it to give. I've tried it on a couple blazers and with a few different looks, and it just wasn't giving it to me. So I sold it. Actually, I was within like the time frame where I could just return it, which was the plan. And I decided I'm just going to wait until like the larger one that I want becomes available. But this one, it just wasn't doing it for me. So I had to just return that one and move on. But the idea, having the gold trim, I'm more a gold person for my accessories. And the pearls really did speak to me, but once I received it, it just wasn't big enough for me. I just didn't, it just was too small. So I definitely had to return that one. The next two items on my list are Gucci. So there was the little canteen, the circular Supreme Monogram Gucci crossbody. I was so in love with this bag for a long time before even purchasing it. So my mom and we would go on our little shopping trips, and I would always want to stop by Gucci to look at this bag because I just loved it. I love the shape of it. I'm a person, I prefer circles over squares. reason my ring is a circle diamond. I mean, I'm just a circle person. And so this bag just really, I thought it was super cute. I love the chain strap. I just thought it was just to die for. So I eventually purchased it. And after I purchased it, I noticed I hadn't worn it. And it was just kind of sitting in the box with all the stuffing, and I had not worn this bag. So I started to force myself to wear it. And I just always felt like I would have picked something else for this look. Like it's not really doing what I needed to do, or I'm not loving it. So I tried like for so many different looks to make this bag one of my favorites, and I just couldn't get there. So I think it's the circle, like, I don't know, maybe it's the size, I don't know what it is, but it just was not, it's cuter to me from afar, like looking at it through on the display, but like having it and pairing it with my looks, I just didn't feel that it was giving me what I needed. So I had to sell it. And I also sold a smaller version, which I actually bought this little chain wallet as a wallet for the circle bag that I sold, because I was thinking this would be cute to kind of wear by itself, or to wear as like a wallet I would wear in this other crossbody. So with this piece, I feel like it's super cute. I bought them at the same time. I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is the cutest little mini crossbody wallet. But then also I was like, when I go to like football games where you have to have like there are these restrictions on the bags that you can bring inside the stadium, I was like, I'm gonna wear this little cute little chain wallet. This is super cute. So I wore it to a 49er game. I'm a 49er fan here in the Bay Area. Be mad if you want to. But I did wear it to a game, and I felt like it was cute to wear there. But I was thinking, I'm not gonna wear this at every game. And how often do I go to games? Like several times a year. But is that enough to like warrant keeping this little chain wallet? I didn't feel like it was. So I, could only fit like a couple cards, some loose cash in there, but I could not fit like a lipstick and like my contact solutions. And it was time for it to go. So it's super cute. I like the print, the classic print is always a go, but as far as it being practical, it was just not gonna work. So all of these pieces were amazing when I first laid my eyes on them, but after getting them home, if I'm not wearing you that often, it doesn't make sense to continue this relationship. And so I had to sell them or return them, and I have zero regrets. So that is my little chat for today. So let me know if any of you have purchased any of these items, and if you love them, maybe you'll change my mind. Because I have no regrets that I'm likely going to purchase another tote from LV or two, medium and the large size. Sometimes we have regrets, and then regrets about our regrets, and that is life. So, but I thank you so much for hanging in there with me today, joining my channel. I'm going to be much more consistent in my posts. I have made this as one of my priorities for the new year. And so you can expect to receive or to be alerted for new videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then there may be a bonus video throughout the week, but those are the 2 days that I will be posting on a regular cadence. If there's anything that you'd like me to review, let your girl know. But I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.